Stop wasting money on products that you don't need during the Sephora sale. You do not need to go crazy and do a $200, $300, $400, $500 shopping spree just because the Sephora sale is going on. I have curated a full face of all of my Sephora sale picks so that you don't waste your money this Sephora sale. So if you want to see how I achieve this look and all of the products that I recommend to get during the Sephora sale, keep on watching. Okay, I come to you with completely naked brows, so we can do this look from the top. The first product I'm recommending is the ANASTASIA Brow Freeze Gel. This gel is amazing. I think I'm like pretty much out of this. I'm literally scraping the sides. I personally love this way more than the Brow Freeze, the original one in the pot. I personally think that one is a little bit greasy, but the Brow Freeze Gel does what needs to be done. So I like to run it through my brows like this and give it a second to dry while I do my other brow. There's like barely any product left in here because I use it so much, and this is my third one. So this Sephora sale I will be repurchasing. So after I run it through my brows like this, I remove any excess product on the applicator, and then I go ahead and brush my brows up and shape them. Your brows will be up and stuck with this brow gel. Trust. And then if any flakes appear, it's usually because my brows dried a little too much before I started shaping them, and that's definitely because there was little to no product left, so I just kind of remove it. On a normal basis, when there's actually enough product to work with in the applicator, that won't happen. Okay, after letting your brow gel dry down, then we're gonna go in with a pencil or a pen. Luckily, with my next recommendation, you have both. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. On one side, you have a pencil, and it has a really small tip, which I really like because I get very precise with my brows. And then on the other end, you have a brow pen. As somebody that uses both, this is a godsend. I personally like to outline my brows underneath with the pencil side first, and then if I'm feeling it, I'll connect the tail on the top, but today I think all I'm gonna do is use the pen. So next I go in with the pen side after shaking it well, and then I'll fill in my brows, especially any sparse areas. I don't have too defined of a tail, so I get to work on the tail end, and then I try to go in the same direction that my brows grow or the same direction that I place them with the gel. And that is my completed brow. Like, what a big difference. Let me do the other brow and come back to you. Before I carve my brows out, I am gonna prime my skin. And if you're familiar with my content, you already know what's coming. My tried and true DANESSA MYRICKS beauty combo is the water powder serum and the blurring balm powder in the universal shade. I absolutely love this combo. As you can see, I'm running out of my water powder serum because I use it so often. As an oily girl, this combo is my best friend because it really helps to keep all of my oils in check. So I started by applying the water powder serum first, and I'm just blending this into the skin. Next, I'm gonna go in with the DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder. Like I said, this one is in the universal shade. I just opened a new one a little while ago because I ran out of yet another one, and I apply this right on top. I do get questions of people asking if you can use the tinted one, and you absolutely can, but the tinted one is a foundation, so I like to double prime. So I'm gonna use the universal shade because that one is the primer version. And as you can see, it gives me a really nice soft matte finish to my skin that doesn't look dry and is going to control my oils all day. Okay, I just did my color corrector, and unfortunately I do not have one to recommend from Sephora. Y'all know I usually would use my Huda Beauty color corrector, but that one leaks so bad that I got rid of it. I did hear that they are repackaging it. I went into store and my shade was not repackaged yet, so I have not been able to repurchase that one yet. I just used my e.l.f. color corrector, but let me know if you have any color correctors from Sephora that you would recommend. I will definitely be shopping for that this sale. Moving on to foundation, I would highly recommend the One Size Turn Up the Base foundation. I recently got this one. If you watched my shade matching short here on YouTube, I did find my match in this foundation, and this one is really nice, especially for my full glam girlies out there like me and you want something really long lasting. This One Size foundation will definitely be it. It has such nice coverage. I would call this pretty full coverage, and I would say this also has a pretty skin-like finish, but I will say it leans a little bit matte. However, I do think any skin type could use this foundation and like it. I just realized I forgot to carve out my brows. Typically, I would carve them out before even priming, but I hate when my primer mixes with the concealer. So I've started doing it after, but then stuff like this happens where I literally forget to do it. I'm going to carve out my brows with my tried and true NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is a new one because I have completely gone through one jar of this. This one is like a magic eraser for any blemishes, dark circles. It is so good. I especially love it on one of my more natural makeup days for the rest of my face, but typically I'm just using this to carve out my brows. I personally really like a cream concealer rather than a liquid to carve out my brows because I think it's much easier to control. And then using a concealer brush, I'm just going to blend this into the skin. And then I am going to go over this with my foundation brush just so that I know it blends into my foundation well. Perfect. I think carving out your brows really brings out the shape as well and really helps them be very defined on the face. So I personally still love doing it. I know some people only do underneath. I think that looks good too, but I think for me, I really love how it looks when I conceal the entire brow. Does it give 2016? Maybe, but I'm okay with that. Now for cream bronzer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Melting Bronzer. Mine is in the shade Chocolate Espresso. I love this bronzer. It is so creamy and just melts into the skin. And I love how it smells like chocolate. I can't help but take a sniff each time I use it. So this is kind of where I like to place it, on the perimeter of my forehead, hollows of my cheekbones, and on my jaw as well. And as you can see, it just melts into the skin. It just melts. It's so beginner friendly. It is so user friendly. This is impossible to make look muddy. Okay, I won't say impossible, but it's very hard because it just has such a nice formula that it blends into the skin so easily. For my cream blush, I'm going to recommend another Too Faced product. This is the Cloud Crush Whipped Cheek and Lip Color. I'm using the shade Red Velvet because y'all know I love red blush. It is such a beautiful blush. This also has a matte formula, so if you're like me and you like a matte blush, you'll love this one. It is also very pigmented, and again, it just blends into the skin so nicely. I personally find that matte blushes last longer than a dewy one, though I like both formulas. That's just what I found, especially using this one. I love this shade of red, and I love this shade of red. I feel like it's such a true red that is so flattering. Next, I'm going to recommend my Huda Beauty concealer. It's been a while since you guys have seen these. They did repackage them. Thank God. Thank God, because these leaked so bad that I literally stopped using it, even though it's one of my favorite concealers. I could not deal with the leakage, but now that they repackaged it, I can finally use it again without having to worry about that. This concealer is definitely a medium to full coverage. It is so creamy on the skin, and I love the undertones of this for deep skin. I'm using the shades of Salted Caramel, and now I'm using Caramel Corn as my highlight shade. I love a bright under eye, as you know. If you're here, you know I love a bright under eye. I love to apply a setting spray before I blend out my concealer, the Charlotte Tilbury. This is a new bottle because I completely ran out of my big jumbo bottle. It's just so necessary. It's so necessary. Okay, now that the setting spray is dry, I'm just going to blend the concealer in. I love this concealer brush. Also, this is the House Labs concealer brush. I think you should also pick this one up during the Sephora savings event. It blends concealer in like a dream. I love the density, I love the shade, I love how it blends, I love everything about it. Truly, this concealer brush is goated. I know we're not really talking brushes today, but I just had to tell you that because you're missing out if you don't own this, truly. And y'all know how I like to blend out my concealer. I start with the darker shade first, and then I'm gonna blend out my concealer on my nose with my finger. I like to do this so that it doesn't spread out too much. And then we're gonna blend out the lighter shade next. Okay, next let's move into setting powders. I'm gonna go in with my Kosas setting powder. This is in the shade Pillowy, and I have hit pan on this. It's funny, like I kind of hit pan on it at a weird angle, but I guess this is just where I typically dip my brush into. I love this powder and I have for years. Today I'm going to be using a brush to set my under eye, and of course we're always going to blend out any creases that may have formed first, and we're going to set the under eye into place. I love this powder. I know some people might think because Kosas is kind of like a clean girl brand that they might overlook this powder, but it's seriously so good. It's so smoothing and blurring, and it really sets concealer into place and helps it to not crease. I also like to use this powder to set any of the areas that I applied my concealer, so the center of my forehead, my chin, above my lip. I don't apply as much as under my eye at all, but I do want them to kind of maintain their shade so that we have some dimension to the face. And for my pressed powder on the rest of my face, today I'm recommending the Makeup Forever HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder. This one I recently started using. I've had it in my collection for a while, but I kind of never reached for it. This is such a good powder foundation. It really sets your foundation into place and mattifies everything. Y'all know I love a matte finish, and this really helps to give you that. I would say this has medium but buildable coverage as well. You could do a light dusting of this and be good, and it won't cover everything up like your bronzer and your blush, but you could also go in heavy or use this as your foundation. I don't know how many people use powder foundation on its own anymore, but you could definitely do that with this one, and I know I have before. For loose powder, Huda really did what needs to be done with these new powder duos. I have really been reaching for, I was trying to figure out how to show you both shades. I've really been reaching for this one. This is in the shade Pink Pumpkin, and I love to mix the two shades together that it comes with. I think it gives me the most beautiful bright under eye that is still flattering to my skin tone. And I like to apply this with a powder puff, and I'm going to bake underneath my eyes. I saw somebody recently say that they haven't seen anybody bake since 2016, and I was like, oh wow, y'all don't bake anymore? That's one of the makeup techniques that really stuck with me and really saved me as an oily girl, and it helps my under eyes not crease, and it helps me brighten my under eye. Like, you don't have to go in with a ton of powder, but I really think baking helps if your skin can handle it. I also like to apply this powder in a light layer over my forehead because this is my oiliest area of my face, and then also around my mouth. And then I like to press it in with the brush I use to apply my powder foundation. For powder bronzer, I absolutely have to recommend the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. It has the most beautiful velvety texture that's not too powdery. I think people with dry and oily skin would really like this formula because it has this really velvety, almost gel to powder formula that sits on the skin so nicely. I'm using the shade Kaya Spice. This bronzer also has a really nice shade range. Okay, I have just wiped away my bake, and as you can see, just the most beautiful bright under eye that's still super flattering to my skin tone. Definitely try out that Huda Beauty powder. And the Kosas. For powder blush, girl, you have to get the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush. This one is in the shade Grateful. This is my favorite shade. It has the most unique putty to powder finish, and it's matte on the skin. The pigment on these is so nice. I would say it's very buildable. If you want to go subtle with it, you can. If you want to get bold with it, you can. Another blush I will always love is the NARS powder blush, especially in the shade Exhibit A. This is the old packaging, but they do still have this blush. Same formula, same shade, and it's just the most beautiful coral red shade, and it flatters deep skin tones so nicely. This is like one of my most highly recommended powder blushes for deep skin. I definitely didn't need that, but I just wanted to show it to you, and I love it so much. For mascara, I highly recommend the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star Mascara. Y'all know that I'm typically not a mascara girly because I don't have the longest lashes ever. I typically just put on a fake lash, but this mascara actually genuinely impressed me. I feel like it gives me length and volume, which I really like, and typically with this mascara all I have to do is put on a half lash and I'm good to go. I don't know, y'all, like I said, again, I know I don't have the longest lashes ever, but I still think this mascara is really nice, and I think I would still feel confident enough to just wear this mascara and no lashes. Now for lashes, my recommendation is always going to be Lily lashes. The half lashes and the full lashes are absolutely stunning, amazing, wonderful, and they last for so long. I rewear my Lily lashes so often, literally down to the bone, until they aren't even wearable anymore. I just applied the half lashes. These are in the style Sassy. I'm telling you, friend, the Pat McGrath mascara and a half lash is gonna do it for me every time. Okay, next let's move on to lips. This is a lip product that I don't often show in my videos, but I use in real life all the time when I actually need my makeup to last, when I'm actually going out and doing things. The Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stain. This is so good. They have so many great shades for deep skin. Today I'm using the shade Warm Brown, which is not even the darkest shade. I actually lost the darkest shade, so I will be repurchasing. This stain genuinely lasts all day. All day, it doesn't move. It does not move, I'm telling you. Like, I was so impressed with how long this lasted. You are supposed to store these upside down so that the product is all in the applicator. Mine was sideways, so I put it upside down a few minutes ago. But I would say the product is still very pigmented, even though it was mostly on its side. Like, look at that shade, and for this not to be the darkest shade. And these only need about 2 minutes to dry, so in order for it to dry even better, I like to apply my fixing spray over top. Today I'm using my tried and true, my One Size Until Dawn. I will recommend this one forever. Okay, and now the lip liner has dried into place. Absolutely no transfer. There's foundation on my hand. Okay, let me do my other hand. No transfer, none. Now I'm gonna apply my lipstick. I adore the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Sticks. I highly recommend this one. I reach for them all the time when I do my lip combos. This one is in the shade Tulip Kiss. It's just the most beautiful pale nude shade. And now for gloss, I'm gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario Super Shine lip gloss. This one is in the shade Cocoa. And I'm gonna go over where I applied my lip liner. And I'm gonna avoid the center of the lip. And then in the center, I'm gonna use my Armani Beauty Prisma Glass lip gloss. I love these lip glosses. Every shade is so beautiful. This one is in the shade 04, and I'm just gonna apply it to the center. I love a red lip gloss over a nude lip. It just makes everything look so juicy. And here is my completed makeup look, my full face of Sephora sale recommendations, makeup that I would repurchase. I highly recommend absolutely everything on my face. I know you will love it. You absolutely do not have to go out and get every single product that I recommended. I know it's a lot, I know it's pricey, but if one or two things really stuck out to you, let me know what it was in the comments and if you're gonna try it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you like the makeup look. I know this is just my typical makeup look. Make sure to give the video a like and leave a comment down below. Make sure you also subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss another video from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!